So why do packages exist and how do you make them? Well, sometimes you're forced to use libraries. For example, here I'm using NVML to monitor my NVIDIA GPU, and I get that from CUDA. But apart from manually installing CUDA, how do I make sure that whoever's using this program will have to install CUDA? By making a package, you can automate that. So for Arch Linux, you need to make a package build, which you can obtain from, what is it, user share pacman. You can copy this. You have the package name, the version, I believe this is the version for the package build, and the description, the architecture, which I'm using x86, the URL, which is the Git repository, the license of the program, which I'm using IC, the dependencies. So here you can list all the dependencies that you need for the program, and we have the make dependencies, which is the dependencies for building the program. Obviously we need git and make. Well, it depends if you're using make. Then we have the optional dependencies, which are not required but nice to have, and this is for cloning the repository. And SHA is for, I believe it's for security. And then you have actually, well, there's actually a lot here. So we have a couple of functions here. We have prepare, build, check, package, and the most important ones are probably build to build your program, check to run your unit tests, and then package for installing the program. Currently I'm not using the check, so I'm just using build and package. If we've done everything correctly, we can do make package si. Let's actually rebuild the package, and it will run make and all the commands that you specify, and it will look for the dependencies. Actually here we have all the dependencies, so let's try to include a dependency that we don't have. So for example, it's kind of ridiculous, but run it again. Oh yeah. So before building the program, it will try to install the dependencies that we specify. Obviously we don't want that, but let's try building it. And then it will install it to your package manager, which in this case is pacman. Well, I've already installed it. You can also push it to the AUR. For example, here I have put it there, and we can install it with an AUR helper. And to put your package in the AUR, what you're doing is pushing this file and a couple of other files to the Git repo of the AUR.archlinux, and we can look at our package in the AUR. Now obviously follow the guidelines, and if you're just